going to walk through this. One, there's bark right up to the house. That is a no-no. 68% of home ignition is in that ember resistant zone, or zone 0. So 68% of home loss is in this 0 to 5 feet. So what we have here right off the bat is mulch. Mulch is not good. It does combust. And what happens is it will hold heat and hold an ember until the wind shifts, and then it will ignite, and it will also blow. And then we have a cypress here, and that's an extremely flammable plant, and it holds a lot of dead and dying inside of it. And it's right next to the house, right under an eave. Due to the fact that the species of this plant makes it a no for being here. And there's one right next to it. So you have a very flammable plant next to an even larger flammable plant that breaks that rule of you don't want anything close to your roof line of 10 feet and the sizing of it. Then if we jump even over here to the other side, we have rosemary. Rosemary, again, is an extremely volatile fuel source. It has a lot of, even in this, a lot of dead. And if we pull this back, all that is ready and primed to go. It has a high oil content, and it's right underneath wooden eaves and right next to a window. And can't really see it from there, but there's bark underneath the whole thing. So that bark goes all the way up to this one, again, underneath the eaves, right next to a wooden door. And your doors and your eaves don't hold any moisture. They're already primed to combust. So having all that dead in there, having the bark here, having this fuel source, even though it's this far away from it, it will impact and it would combust this plant. So taking this out altogether, putting rock in where there is the bark, removing that plant, putting a potted plant there, putting rock all the way up, coming over here, finishing this rock path, putting rock all the way up, a potted plant where that plant is. Those are the things that this homeowner, I would suggest to do this homeowner. Stepping out a little further into the zone 1, we come out to a really densely packed area of vegetation. So we have rose bushes here, some shorter shrub here. We have lavender, which is a very dead underneath. It has a lot of dead material in it. It's a lot of dead and dying in it, and it has oils to it. So it combusts, and it is very, very hot when it burns. And it's right next to touching this plant. And this shrub has a lot of dead in it also that's touching these. So this is all considered one fuel source. So we really need to break these up and make it so that one fuel source cannot impact another fuel source. Since this lavender is not in that 5-foot zone, you can have some lavender because it smells good and it's pretty. It just needs to be very well contained, very well maintained. Even a pot would be the best, and maintain it to that pot. Also out here is some bark. That is a nest for any embers that come into it. And this is very flammable, and it's thick throughout this entire area. Either replace it and put some grass in here, especially in your lean, clean, and green zone, your zone 1, or put rock in. And you follow that process down, and it's about isolating vegetation groups, making it so one plant can't combust another plant, and that heat transfer continues. And it continues all the way out to zone 2 and all the way out into the reduced fuel zone, zone 3. So if you start from your home and you start reducing fuel and getting that separation, and you carry that all the way out, making sure whatever grasses you have are cut, making sure all your shrubs that you do have are nice and lean and clean, well maintained and grouped up, then you're off to a very good start.